Welcome to The Explainer. Let's dive right into the ultimate guide to solving that mysterious pool water loss without losing your mind in the process. Because if you own a pool, you know that absolute dread of walking outside and seeing the water level inexplicably low, right? Well, today, we are tackling the absolute most common culprit behind it all, the pool skimmer.
It is so frustrating. You're constantly dragging the hose out, adding water week after week, and just watching your water bill skyrocket. It seriously feels like your pool is secretly draining your wallet. But hey, take a deep breath. In this explainer, we're going to put on our detective hats and then play doctor. We'll find out exactly where that water is going, and then we'll walk through exactly how to cure it.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. Anatomy of a skimmer. 2. Detecting the hidden leak. 3. The cheap quick fixes. 4. The intermediate DIY patch. 5. The professional overhaul. And finally, 6. Prevention and maintenance.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Anatomy of a Skimmer.
Now, the root of all this trouble actually comes down to something called the coefficient of expansion. Sounds like high school physics, I know, but it is literally the main reason your pool is leaking. See, your pool shell is made of super rigid concrete, but your skimmer, that's made of plastic. And as pool expert Craig Wooster points out, these two materials expand and contract at completely different rates as the seasons swing from a blazing summer to a freezing winter. Think of it kind of like a bad marriage. Over time, the stress of those constant temperature changes just causes the plastic and the concrete to pull apart, creating a crack right there at the skimmer throat.
Moving right along to Section 2, Detecting the Hidden Leak.
So here's a really simple, practically foolproof diagnostic trick we picked up from some pool experts over on Reddit. If your pool only loses water when the pump is running, you have a pressure side leak. Think of it like a hole in a garden hose. But if your pool is losing water when the pump is off, well, you've got a suction side leak. And since the skimmer lives on the suction side, a leak that keeps going when the system is resting is a massive red flag that your skimmer is the problem.
To actually confirm this, you're going to want to do the famous bucket test. It's super easy. You just place a bucket of water on your pool step, mark the water level both inside and outside the bucket, and then wait 24 hours. If the pool water drops faster than the water inside the bucket, evaporation isn't your issue. You definitely have a leak. To pinpoint the skimmer itself, just turn the pump off and let the water keep dropping. If the water level magically stops dropping the exact moment it hits the bottom of the skimmer throat, boom, you have successfully diagnosed your skimmer leak.
Okay, let's get into Section 3, the cheap quick fixes. Let's take a look at the financial reality of these repairs with a sort of good, better, best tier system. You could spend $2 on a bypass cap, maybe $20 on a temporary putty, $100 on a DIY epoxy patch, or, up to $1,500 for a total professional replacement. Let's break these down, starting with the absolute cheapest option. The $2 bypass is honestly brilliant in its simplicity. As highlighted by precision leak detection, you can just take a 1.5-inch threaded cap with an O-ring and screw it directly into the skimmer's plumbing port. This completely blocks water from entering the pipe. Then, you just close the valve for the skimmer over at your equipment pad. You've essentially amputated the skimmer from your system. The pool will now circulate entirely using the main drain at the bottom. It is literally a $2 fix that stops the leak instantly, though, of course, you do sacrifice your surface skimming capabilities.
Now, if you want to actually patch the leak on a budget, there are some temporary band-aids. You can use clear Flex Seal Spray for minor leaks around the skimmer hoses, or 2-part pool putty for a quick winter patch. But I have to give you a major warning here straight from the pros. Whatever you do, do not use hydraulic cement in a square or rectangular skimmer. Because it dries completely rigid, the very next time that concrete expands, the cement is just going to crack all over again.
Which brings us to Section 4, the intermediate DIY patch.
This method is heavily endorsed by pool techs for gunite pools. First, you drain the water about 4 inches below the skimmer. Then, you grab a Dremel and literally grind out the old, failing grout right between the plastic skimmer and the pool tile to create a nice, clean groove. Now here is the secret weapon. You fill that groove with 3M Marine Adhesive Sealant Fast Cure 5200. And listen, you absolutely must get the Fast Cure version. Regular sealant takes a whole week to dry, but the Fast Cure is ready to go in 24 hours. You smooth it out, let it sit, and just like that, your leak is permanently bonded with a flexible seal that can actually handle that coefficient of expansion we talked about earlier. But to pull off this little backyard surgery, you do need some specific gear. Grab a Dremel with a flexible shaft so you can easily reach inside that tight skimmer throat, and a tile cutting bit to really rough up the surface. Most importantly, though, you need thick nitrile rubber gloves. Why? Because that 3M marine adhesive is famously stubbornly impossible to get off your skin once it touches you. Seriously, don't risk it. And please always plug your tools into a GFI protected outlet when you're working anywhere near water. Safety first, right?
All right, Section 5, the professional overhaul.
Now, before a professional just starts jackhammering your patio, they need to be 100% sure exactly where that leak is. And they justify their leak detection fees, which can easily run around $500, by using some seriously advanced diagnostics. They'll inject colored dye near suspected cracks so they can visually see the water getting sucked out. They also use high-tech ultrasonic microphones like Leaktronic's gear to literally listen through the concrete and dirt to hear the exact spot where underground water is escaping. It's pretty wild stuff.
Once they confirm that the skimmer is toast, well, you're looking at a $1,400 to $1,500 excavation. They literally have to saw through your concrete deck, dig all the way down to the bottom of the skimmer housing, cut out the old plumbing, and install a brand new unit. And to prevent it from ever pulling away from the pool wall again, they usually encase the new skimmer in a solid 3-foot cube of poured concrete. It is incredibly intense labor, but it is the ultimate final cure.
And finally, Section 6, Prevention and Maintenance.
Okay, we've got a bit of a dramatic plot twist here from an international source. A really popular Spanish pool maintenance channel dropped this urgent warning for pool owners. They said, "Nunca las utilicéis dentro de los skimmers," which means never use them inside the skimmers. So, what exactly is he talking about here?
He's talking about chlorine pucks. Throwing those highly concentrated multi-action chlorine tablets directly into your skimmer basket is literally the #1 way pool owners accidentally sabotage their own plumbing. See, when the pump turns off, those tablets just keep right on dissolving. That creates a stagnant pocket of hyper-concentrated, acidic water that literally eats away at the plastic skimmer body, the seals, and the pipes. The fix here is just incredibly simple. Put your chlorine pucks in a cheap, floating dispenser instead.
So, the magic number to remember from all of this today is 24. It takes 24 hours to run the bucket test and properly confirm you have a leak. And if you do choose that highly recommended 3M DIY patch, it takes exactly 24 hours for the Fast Cure marine adhesive to dry before you can safely refill your pool and get back to swimming. So, we've diagnosed the problem, unpacked that whole coefficient of expansion thing, and laid out the financial roadmap. The only question left is, which repair tier are you brave enough to tackle? Are you going to screw in a $2 bypass cap, glove up for the intermediate DIY adhesive patch, or just bite the bullet and call in the pros for a full excavation? Whatever you choose, you now have the knowledge to fix it right. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to a leak-free season.